Hi, this is Lisa from the Hendricks County Community Cleanup Group, and I wanted to show you a little bit about why it's so important for us to do these cleanups in our community. So I'm using the U.S. Geological Survey website called Streamer, and you can see the URL here if you'd like to play around with it. It's kind of fun. I'm going to click on Go to Map, and we're going to look at the area that we cleaned up most recently. So I'm zooming in here to Hendricks County. And the most recent place that we cleaned up was in Avon. It was over here, and there was a little stream, a little drainage ditch that eventually hooks up with White Lick Creek. And this is not going to get precise enough to show us that. But if I click here on White Lick Creek, we can follow the downstream trace of that water. So all of the trash that we picked up, if we had not picked it up, it would have gone into the storm drains and would have eventually come out into the Gulf of Mexico down here by New Orleans. And if you want to follow along, you can go up in here and see all the names of the different streams. You know, it went into the White River, and then it goes into the Wabash, and then the Ohio, and then the Mississippi. And it's important to understand that that stormwater does not get treated in a wastewater treatment facility. It would be too difficult to do that because we get so much rain on some days and then not very much rain on other days. It would just be too much and it would overwhelm the system. So that water does not get treated to remove any of the litter that's in the water. So when we do these cleanups, it's really important because we're keeping all of that litter out of the ocean. And if we come down here and I've clicked over to trace upstream here. If we do an upstream trace, we can see who else's trash would end up in that same place. And this is the Mississippi Watershed here in red. All of these places drain to the Mississippi. And so all of the communities in this whole area, all of their trash that doesn't get picked up, all of their chemicals that might get poured into the storm drain, which is not legal. All of that material that should not be in our water ends up in our streams and ends up in the Mississippi and ultimately ends up in the Gulf of Mexico. So it's really important for communities like ours to do these cleanups and make sure that we are not contributing litter and other problems to the Gulf of Mexico, especially considering lots of people eat fish and shrimp and things like that from the Gulf of Mexico. And, you know, it would be nice if those were not contaminated with litter from us. So just a little reminder to pick up any litter when you see it and join us on a cleanup when you can.